Hi, good morning, and happy Friday, and happy Labor Day weekend. I've just posted the assignment sheet for the R1, the first research paper, and I want to take a few minutes and kind of walk through it. It should be largely self-explanatory, but just in case you have any questions, let me see if we can kind of address those in advance. And of course, if you do have any questions, feel free to email me, jflat@southplains.college.edu. Put your course in the subject line of the email, and I'll be happy to get back to you as quickly as I can. I will be out of pocket this weekend, though, so look for me on Tuesday. So you're going to write 700 to 1,000 words. 2 to 3 pages, 2 to 3.5 pages. But all you're going to use is the play as your source. You don't have to do any other research, just read the play. Whether you use a standalone version like this, sorry, I've got my camera on one screen and I'm looking at another screen. So whether you use a standalone version or the online version, they're all the same. Nobody modifies Shakespeare, but that's going to be your only source. Now, what you're going to do is this. You're going to pick one of these 3 topics listed. Then as you read the play, you're going to highlight or jot down any quote from any character that you think might support your main idea. Look at the topics, come up with your answer, because they're all research questions, come up with your answer to that question, then start looking for the quotes in the play that will support that position. Okay, for example, how does the character of Claudius change during the course of the play? I'll just give you this one. It's an easy one. When we first meet Claudius in Act 1, Scene 2, he appears very noble, very kingly. He addresses the throne room with much wisdom and empathy, and he's very happy about the marriage to his new wife, but he's also very sad about the death of his brother and his king. And he comes across as someone who is supposed to be the king. Then during the play, he changes, and he becomes more devious and more suspicious, but there's also a point in the play where he seeks redemption. Can you be truly evil, which a lot of people want to paint Claudius as? Can Claudius be truly evil if he wants to be redeemed? If he seeks forgiveness truly, is he totally evil? Or is he just a good character who's made a bad decision? And we don't know, the play's not explicit, but he may have made that bad decision for a very good reason. So anyway, so look for quotes that support the fact that Claudius started off this way, then he changed at this point, and then he changed at that point. Now, of course, we all know Claudius dies at the end, and while that is a major change, I probably wouldn't write a whole paragraph about that. Generally, you want an introduction, and then the last sentence, short, 2 to 3 sentences, and the last sentence is going to be your thesis. And the thesis is going to clearly answer the research question. So if you're doing, how does the character of Claudius change during the course of the play, your thesis might be something like, in the play Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, the character Claudius changes from being a very kingly man to a very suspicious man to a character seeking redemption. And then each paragraph would develop one of those ideas. In doing this research paper, there's a couple things to keep in mind. First of all, the word Hamlet is used a lot. Anytime you're talking about the play, you probably want to use the full name of the play, Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. And anytime you refer to any play, the title should be italicized. If you're talking about Prince Hamlet, go ahead and call him Prince Hamlet. If you're talking about King Hamlet, you can call him either King Hamlet or the Ghost, capitalized. But keep those 3 terms separate. Again, you don't want to do any other research, just the play. I will send you a sample works cited page, so that'll be easy today, where you quote only the play that's in your source. I expect most of you using the online version from My Shakespeare, and that's great. That's wonderful. If you want to do the second one, the second topic is, at her grave, Hamlet declares he has always loved Ophelia. Given the way he treated her in the past, should we believe him now? So your thesis is either going to be, yes, Prince Hamlet really loves Ophelia, or no, Prince Hamlet really doesn't love Ophelia. And the third one is, who is a better foil for Prince Hamlet, Laertes or Horatio? The word foil refers to a character in literature who highlights a characteristic by displaying its opposite. So if you want to show someone who's really, really brave, another character might be very cowardly. And then the first character's courage would be highlighted. So who do you think contrasts with Prince Hamlet better, Laertes or Horatio? And then just explain why. These are due no later than 11:55 p.m. on Thursday, September 28th. We're turning it in using the Turnitin app, which is located just below the assignment sheet under the Assignments tab in Blackboard. Be sure to read the helpful hints, and of course, let me know if you have any questions. Let me repeat something for emphasis that I mentioned yesterday. Hamlet's a play. Shakespeare would probably be very surprised to find that we study it as a piece of great literature. He wrote it as a one-off, just something to be acted and then thrown away. That's why it's hard to find good copies when Ben Jonson published the first folio. But he never intended it to be lasting. He intended it to be acted out on the stage and then set aside. The fact that we're studying it as literature shows what a great play it is. But when you read it, you want to read it carefully. You want to have a good idea of who all the main characters are, both the commoners and the nobility. You want to have a good understanding of the basic plot, and then read the play carefully. Now, can you watch a video? Can you read a summary? Yes, of course. There are hundreds, thousands, maybe millions of sources out there that will help you understand this play better. But all of those are supplements. They are secondary sources. You want to read the play first. I know it's written in Elizabethan English, which can be a little tough. He uses words and phrases we're not familiar with, but read the play first. Then read the modernized version. Then watch the video. And the Mel Gibson, Glenn Close video is a really, really good one. It's on YouTube. But read the play first. Get a good idea of it. Watch some supplements to increase your understanding. Take notes. I strongly encourage you to take notes. Read all of Act 1, Scene 1. It's short, it's like 2 pages. And write down the 3 or 4 major things that happened. Then read Act 1, Scene 2. Jot down the main things that happened. Read Act 1, Scene 3. Then jot down the main thing that happened. If you do this, taking notes while you read, it will really help you understand the play better and remember it better when it comes times to study. Okay, if you have any questions at all, let me know. Otherwise, well, I'll look forward to hearing from you. Have yourself a great weekend.